A, discussion regarding amending records retention in regards to video recording and authorize Attorney Mills to amend if needed.
Just make the
Well, I would
motion.
like to authorize Attorney Mills to research the video record retention requirements. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? None, motion carries. Okay, agenda items for annual meeting, and we already started on that. Go ahead.
The railroad bridge.
So, like a report, and I should probably do that and ask if the assistant will be there too, right?
It was a very informative meeting on that Saturday. There are options available for funding.
But it's gotta go, that's the
Right,
problem.
right.
That's the problem.
But I would also like to consider in the whole analysis, Mr. Lynch talked about potentially getting us below the 50%
Yeah,
this
here's the
year.
deal.
He could do a study, cause this year is when you could get 100% funding,
Correct.
but you have to be below 50% rate.
I believe that one is due September, October. Yeah, and here's the deal on that, and again, that bridge, on how it's built, the materials on it, I don't like it at all, it's built like a building. It's got voided slab girders in it, which normally you'd see as a flooring system in buildings. And in buildings, you don't get the dynamic motion of heavy vehicles in salt. You get a loading of chlorides in there, which makes for rapid deterioration. So it may be when he does his, application for a rehab, you have to have a rehab study as part of that submittal. He may find that when they remove the 3-inch overlay or the 4-inch concrete overlay, it's all faulted, you can see the 4-inch overlay. When that's removed, that the remaining voided slab girders could not take the weight of the removal and the
So we
replacement.
want that to be on the annual meeting agenda?
Well, that.
Reporting on that kind of stuff?
Anything else for the annual
Yeah,
meeting?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Anything else for
like
the annual
informative is
meeting?
what you're saying.
Yes,
Or-
yeah, a total report on Beach Road, on how we got here, and where it's at, and what has to happen, including that, we're looking at an agreement with the, East Troy Railroad Museum Incorporated, which is a nonprofit.
I think an update on the police building RFP responses.
Police garage update.
I would be willing to do a communications committee update.
I'm sorry?
I would be willing to do a communications committee update if interested.
That's a good idea. Communication update, garage, Beach Road,
Third district.
Fire District, you wanna do that one, okay?
Yeah.
Fire District, and there's some new activity that people are not aware of, Fire District. So, basically, those are 4 reports, Beach Road, Police Garage, Communication, Fire District, or East Troy Emergency Services.
So there'll be concise reports drafted to go in the packet
I would
that
think
will
that
go
would
to,
be fair.
to the annual meeting
Mhm.
attendees.
Because it is the citizens meeting, we ought to put two of that.
Well, this covers a handful, that's for sure. The garage one, I'll work with Todd on that, it's gonna be, basically the guts, but basically tell how it got here too. We had a lot of changes, thanks to that gentleman next to you there, with his, computer program, and you saved a bunch of money there,
Thanks, Scott.
and that was helpful. And the, Beach Road one, I'll draft that, and get that done, I'd like to get these both done this week, but I got several more meetings this week too. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I'm assuming our updates for the annual meeting will have to be reviewed and approved at the April 10th. Board meeting, 40%.
That would be awesome.
I would think, is there anything else, I guess, we should know now, or rather not, if something new come up in April? This.
That's what I'm saying, I'm assuming everyone wants to read
Oh,
the
the
report
actual
at the
reports.
April meeting, because otherwise I won't be able to do it.
Where's that date?
April tenth is our regular town board meeting, and the meeting's elected Tuesday.
18th. Well, that should be no problem. I'll get it out as soon as I can, and since it's just a, I'll call it a draft report, because if anybody has any comments,
It's
that'll
our
be
next.
during the public session during April. Okay,
When's the annual meeting?
18th.
So railroad bridges, Joe, update on the police garage is Todd, Concom update is Michelle, and fire descriptor, police fire is Barb.
I'll work with Todd on the garage.
Yes.
We've been doing everything else, but maybe we'll get that part done too. Right, think that's good? I think that's a bunch. Okay. All right, approved contract for maintenance assessment services with Associated Appraisal and Consultants. As you know, within our budget this year, we're gonna make a decision of what type of, assessment we were gonna do, and I think we acted properly. We didn't take the full reval because of the changing market. We also didn't take no action because of our percentage and where we were at, 78, whatever. So, this is really the contract that we've been waiting for. I believe you asked for several times, Jim, correct?
Yeah, this is the first I got it. He's like.
He dated it in November.
Well, cause they never sent it to me,
Oh.
so,
Oh,
yeah,
Do we normally do 5 years?
yeah. With an assessor, continuity is extremely important.
And I'm okay with the 5 years, I'd be a little leery on the automatic renewal. I think I prefer like an option to renew for 2 one-year terms and state the agreed upon prices for each year when you amend it to.
I think you get a better price when you go for a longer term.
and we could,
We
it also,
would, but just automatic renewal makes me nervous that I'm not signing anything.
Is there service
As a
satisfaction?
general rule, I don't like automatic renewals.
I don't either.
because unless either party dies before July first, you can get notified, the certified mail. That's the out on it,
Right.
but to have it there, I thought we had this discussion in the last one, did we do the last one?
I don't
Do you
recall.
know? Okay.
Satisfactory service?
Excellent service.
So yeah, I'm willing to commit to 5 years and that's locking in the prices for 5 years.
I like that.
It does say termination only with cause, and that's usually, nothing.
I mean, I understand it's a contract with a governmental agency, but even my dealings with the town doesn't say you can't get rid of
Terminate,
it
right,
unless it's for
without,
cause.
usually an option to terminate without cause.
Alright, so, Kim, have you reviewed this year? You just got it, right?
Yeah, I just got it.
And then,
And this is basically when we started with them, this is basically the exact same contract, except for the different type of reval that we're going through.
Okay, so all the guts of it are all the same.
and then on page 6, do you specify monthly or quarterly?
I pay them monthly.
So it would be, it says monthly or quarterly, you did this. Remove or quarterly, that's a number of.
Well, we might want the option,
Yeah.
if we can't pay them monthly for some
So
reason.
just a little bit.
Even when I was sick.
Well, even June.
Motion to approve the contract of maintenance service with the town of East Troy and Associated Appraisal Consultants.
Second.
Alright, Bart, second. Further discussion?
You're not changing anything?
Well, I didn't hear anything other than the automatic deal, if you wanna strike that, we could make that part of the motion. Right now, the motion and the second is to approve it as is, so under discussion, your question is, should we strike the automatic renewal? You know what I'm saying?
I would recommend we, yes, modify that language.
If you're gonna strike it, it would be for cause. We have cause written in the contract.
Well, that's,
Otherwise, our history with them has been exemplary.
well, we do have termination above it. I mean,
What if we get a different guy assigned to us that does the bare minimum, then not the
He
people?
wouldn't be worth using them.
We've had
No one can
different
predict
appraisers,
the
yeah.
future.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be
two
good?
appraisals.
We've had more than one that I know.
No, in my term of almost
mean-
19 years, we've only had National Appraisal and now Associated Appraisal. When they've done a reval, they've brought in other staff members in, but Luke Mack has been our primary contact with them since we started.
And if they gave us somebody different, wouldn't that be cause?
No,
Yeah, but they can
No.
say they're meeting their requirements.
it doesn't identify the person, does it? Does it identify who are?
I thought Luke was so informative when
Agreed.
we sat down with him last
Absolutely.
time.
It doesn't mean they get everything they want in their contract.
If they don't define cause, it would be a statutory definition. They believe is in chapter 17.
Either party may terminate the contract only with cause. Why would we terminate him without cause? This is the question. Just don't like him?
We've got locked in for 5 years.
We could get another, an option that comes in 30% cheaper or something, or who knows?
That would be for cause, it would be a breach of contract.
Right, that's what I'm saying, that we might want an option to terminate without cause.
Call the question.
Okay. Well, we had our discussion, we had a motion to remove, to approve, this contract for services, maintenance and services, without any changes on the motion, all in favor say aye.
I,
Opposed?
Nay,
Okay, roll call vote, Markowski, aye.
Wales, I.
Ray's name.
Church, I,
Booker, yes.
Motion carried. Alright. Next. Alright, Attorney's report, discussion on transferred liquor license to Village of Quantico. Two issues here, Jim.
Yeah, there are two issues. One is, can it be done? The answer is yes. And since June 1st, 2016, there is statutory language that allows you to transfer for no less than $10,000 a reserve. The other issue, I'm not sure how it came into you. I believe the wording I saw is a business that wants to open in Mukwonago.
Expand.
Right, was sent here to ask us about it.
Yeah.
And the statute requires that a municipality make that request, not a business. So until that happens, we can't do anything with it.
Or we can just kill it now. and
I have-
done with it.
I have a question. I heard about it a while ago, and obviously a lot has been going on, and the more I think about it, I think kind of what Michelle was saying with the contract, no one reads the future, so we don't know what's happening, so it's nice to have the option to read it rather than, we don't know what the future of town's gonna bring, what's the advantage short of $10,000 of getting, we can never get this back, right? Once it's.
Unless our population increases.
We all know
By another
that's happening,
500.
we can't read the future on that either, but.
Right.
Here you do have a couple of commercial properties here, which brings that maybe into it. Is it worth giving up something you can never get back just, in case something were to come about in the next 5
Well, let's
10 years?
just say a hotel does go in at the end of the street. They might wanna have a lobby or bar area where they serve alcohol.
we've got unused licenses right now, we have Free City and Reserve, right?
But if they built, at Double D's, right?
Oh, there are 3.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, we
have-
Lily's,
so we
three
have-
aromas.
We have 4, so we'll have 3 in
No,
reserve.
we
Yeah,
have,
we
we
have
have
three
total
now.
of 8, okay?
Yep.
Currently, we have
5.
Lulabelle's Dockside,
Yep.
Lake Beulah Country Club, Lake Beulah Yacht Club, the High Tap Room, and Beulah Bait and Boat, AKA Fred's Tap.
Okay.
We no longer have Double D's, Lindy's, or Romas.
So we were using all of them at one
At
time.
one time,
Correct.
we're all.
And we could potentially need all of them again.
Correct.
I'm just asking the question, that I would hate to give away something for, which seems, 10 grand is 10 grand or.
There's no less than
Right.
10.
No less, so I mean,
Yeah.
penny,
I
you
mean, we
need
could ask for
something
a
for
million
it.
if we
It's
want.
something you can never get back. For me, that just makes me question it, that's all
I
I'm,
did,
I wanted to point out.
I did receive an email today because, another municipality in Warwick County asked the same question. And the town of Delavan sold one to the city of Delavan for $25,000.
It has to be contiguous or within 2 miles of, otherwise you cannot transfer to another municipality.
And the
Yeah,
bill-
maybe the village of East Troy would come
And
to
we
us
are
and want
connected to
one.
the village of McCormick.
Correct, and
Well,
actually.
why would we
village
do
should be-
anything different for the village of East Troy versus what we would do?
We don't have a ballot
Why not?
request. We don't have a
So-
Well,
ballot
we
request.
want to, right, we have the right
Correct.
to advance, would that be a factor?
Could be, could be. So none of the three
I don't
that are
know.
not being used now have not been surrendered?
That doesn't matter, if they don't renew, they don't renew.
Okay, so that's how you do a determination.
And that's November.
I agree with Chad, I mean, once you give it up, you can't get it back.
But I don't know, maybe there isn't gonna be another one, but it's,
Yeah.
no, it's not even something you can actually, can never get back, it just makes me, raises a flag for me, like, what's it really worth? You know, let's say 15 years down the road and things are changing and times are changing and things are getting.
Well,
But
and
your
the statute
Right,
says
you know, I mean, just.
Then you get more.
that if another municipality does make the request, it says if the request is granted. So you don't lose anything, you can say, sorry, you don't have to do anything.
Sure, okay, yeah, I'm just.
Good point. Bill, anything to add to this one?
I think this subject should be tabled till we have an actual request.
Request from a municipality.
Well, you don't have to table it, you can just deny it down, and then we'd be acting on a new request if one comes in. So I would say we
Oh.
not table it, we would.
Is the business expecting a response from us?
They did.
I guess the
haven't
response
heard
would
anything
be,
from them since last month.
Just kill it.
Our
the
response
response
would
would
be
be,
the
it has to go
municipality.
through a municipality.
And that would be a separate request, you know, you just deny it and notify them that we met, we discussed it.
There's nothing
and we're not
to deny.
interested.
This was just
I
a
don't think you have to
discussion.
take any
There's nothing
action
to
at all.
deny. There's no request.
Don't do anything.
Right.
Yeah, it's just discussion.
informational.
Jen's
yeah.
research.
Yeah, we had our discussion. And, you're saying we don't have to, being it's not a valid request, we don't have to use this line.
Correct.
Doing nothing is doing something in this case.
So we got to. Okay, we're moving on then. Second public comments period. Anyone got anything to add? Rob?
I'd just like to continue where I left off with Shorewood Drive. I think all the residents, Ken, have you ever had any pushback on anyone paying the $35 for the snow plowing? Never. Okay. Do you charge any public roads residents $35? Okay.
We
And,
get funded for it.
okay, so there's no funding for our road on the DOT, right? There's no funding for it, everyone's paying $35, which isn't assessed to public roads. You're saying that we won't get snow plowing if we don't sign the agreement for the private roads, right? But yet,
Well, that's what the recommendation was, the board hasn't decided.
all right, but that's a recommendation, but yet I can't get police service on my private road. I have an issue with that. You know, I don't have an issue paying the $35. I understand that there may need to be snowplow contracts in place, but when we call the police, you guys have already deemed it private. Everything you said,
We
and
don't
everything
keep
in
it
the.
private, it's been private since before this board ever.
Okay, then why can't I have the police enforce trespassing on our private road?
You can't enforce trespass on a private road.
Why? It's private.
It's private
It's
property.
private to the residents who own it. It's private. Outside people shouldn't be able to come and
Can't
access
do it.
our private property.
So
Well, and
he's
if they
saying, what
are-
if they came in my yard? My property is private property.
Right.
Can I call the police and say, hey, someone's in my yard?
Yeah.
It would be different if it's in your yard versus
Because
on
they
the
have to
road.
enforce the ordinances.
It's private property.
They
It's-
own
it's
that
private.
road.
We own it, we're responsible for maintenance. And I believe an ordinance was written so that tickets could be issued to people who didn't have parking permits for Miramar subdivision. I think the board should look
For the
at
park.
a similar thing for Shorewood Drive. And it was one person pushing the issue saying they're gonna use our
Right.
private access for their public access. But the person who's gonna be developing the property behind us, if there's cement trucks down there, I worry about that. We will have a road meeting and you don't want the public
How do
comments
they
to
get
last.
on your, I don't understand, unless you guys approve the driveway connecting into your road, how would they?
I don't think it'll get approved, but I know the people who are trying to use the lake right access, they've had the tree trimmers, they've had their, landscape trucks and stuff on our road accessing the back of their property. If I can't call the cops and ask them to move, then the cops say, sorry, I can't do it. And Al's a great, or Chief Director's a
Well,
great guy.
didn't the county tell you the same thing?
What?
Didn't the county tell you the same thing?
We got a
Sheriff?
meeting with the county.
Oh.
So I don't know, I was not down there when the sheriff came down there, but we were a meeting with the county to find out how to get this resolved.
Right.
Are you saying the police won't respond to a call on East Shorewood?
No.
They'll respond to
No,
a
they
call,
won't-
but
They won't issue
they
citations.
won't issue a
for trespass.
citation, so there's
Or
people who have been
trespassing.
asked to leave the private access, and the cops say there's nothing they can do about it
That's for trespassing.
for trespassing, so that's what I'm asking,
So
is if someone's
you're
on
looking
there.
for a separate ordinance so that,
You can issue citations on private roads,
Okay.
including issuing speeding tickets. I mean, once you go down that road, you go down that road for
One way,
all violations.
alright. But you made your point, and it's real, and you're right, it's private road.
And I've gotta go back to 50 residents in 2 weeks and say, this is what I found out, this is what's going on, and, I mean, 50 residents at 3 minutes each to public comments, we could be here really long, we'll have a lot of time to discuss
So
it.
it was a family vehicle.
So-
and a friend.
Understood.
And one person hit.
I had him here once before.
In the driveway and
Get stuff done.
Happened to find the property, there's nothing like, isn't that kind of similar?
Don't start my clicker.
Don't start until you start talking.
But he couldn't let it keep it,
I don't-
having on private property and it wasn't.
Zero.
I wanna ask you a question before you start my timer.
Road.
Right.
So I have a series of questions that I wanna ask you. Do you want me just to give all the questions right away and you come back and answer them? Or do
He
you
doesn't
wanna?
have to answer anything. This is
This
public discussion.
Okay, then I'm just gonna ask them, if you feel it in your heart to answer them, then you can answer them. Ready?
Good.
Okay, you guys had a private meeting before this, closed session meeting. When you came back out into open session, was anything discussed on the record about what happened in private session?
Yeah, and the doors
The
were
motion
open.
was taken.
And the doors were open.
Well, I didn't get the door open, get back in here, so everything was done, so I don't know if any of the
You were in here when we made.
First
the
one.
motion.
You were the first one in.
Okay, got a question regarding the money that we have in our township here, our general fund money. Is it, in a bank somewhere, and is it over $250,000? And do we have protections on it in case with the government, with bail-ins and bailouts going on? Are we protected so that we're not gonna have a problem? We received, Town of East Troy, I got the paper right here, $424,000, 221 for ARPA funds. And I'd like to know if there's any money left from the ARPA funds. And I'd also like to know on the decision-making process of spending that money, if all the town board members, supervisors were involved in that process.
That one you guys should be able to answer.
That was easy,
Yes.
yes,
So all of the,
all the funds for various projects, official government activities. Yes,
okay,
and actually the other one about the banks, the FDIC, right?
yeah, but if you have more than 250 in there, you're not gonna get covered, because they only guarantee up to
That's
250.
why our money is with the double A rated bank.
Okay, but
And
the
the last
whole
one
bank
was
is
Accounts
a
have a
practice.
higher level than 250 also, because you have state
Okay,
involvement too. So you're-
was all the money spent from ARPA?
No, we still are working on some bits and pieces on the end of it.
Okay, is there an expiration date on when ARPA money has to be used up by?
End of, 24, end of 24, and then record keeping another year past that.
All right, can the board have a public meeting to explain, where the money was spent, all of it?
I think I handed it out at the last annual meeting, I could give you a handout, it's a spreadsheet showing.
Yeah, that spreadsheet.
You did hand it out?
Yeah,
Then I
that
have it.
spreadsheet you probably have in front of you is where the money went.
Okay, were any raises given to any departments with the ARPA funds?
No, not allowed.
Okay. I'm done.
I think we answered most of them.
Yep, thanks.
You probably know me why now. I'm gonna offer a thought if I have it. If we're having maintenance contracts with village for a piece of property that they might annex,
We won't, it's a cemetery.
so like,
It's a tax exempt property, they'll never take it off.
I asked a question.
okay, I'm sorry.
I did.
I told you I would offer it. You would-
Good idea though, because there's no
I
tax
would take it
exemption
a little bit out of the town.
potential future.
The other thing is on the contract, if that guy, that gentleman is the guy that makes this baby work, and you're not gonna take anything out of it, put his name in the contract. If he's gone, then that's cause, right? That's just a thought, so, that's all I had.
Well, we're not contracting with him, we're contracting with his company.
No, but I've done it,
You say put the name of the.
That will only deal with,
that the work will be done by that
You
person.
can win the lottery and win the ball, the
It was approved, there's no changes.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I've done it in the private sector, and sure, pretty well, because you know who you got. In fact, we had the same problem with, Town Web, right? We had a guy that we were working with, and we were happy with, then we get the contract and he's gone, right? So,
That does happen.
it does, and it's unfortunate.
Luckily, that's a very big firm. All right, any public comments? All right, license and special events,
None.
special and pending meetings.
Okay, March 15th at 6:30 is the Blue Lake Memorial Park Board. March 15th at 6:30 is also planning commission. March 16th at 5:30 is the WTA Water County Unity Meeting in Elkhorn. March 20th is the next communication committee meeting at 6:30. March 21st at 5 o'clock is the next ETA ESD meetings. Starting March 21st, all day is the beginning of in-person absentee voting for the April spring election. The last day to vote in person is March 31st. March 28th is at 9 o'clock is the public test of the voting equipment. March 28th at 6 o'clock, Jane Casey Danny, but she already left, is the school referendum forum here at the town hall. April 3rd at 6:30 is the next communication meeting in the hallway.
Because you're set up for
Right.
lunch and.
Yeah.
March one.
I was told the courtroom has to be locked.
Oh, okay.
what day is this?
April
Third.
Oh, I spelled April wrong there.
Yeah.
Sorry about the typo. April 4th, is the spring election. April 5th and 19th is the next planning commission meetings. April 10th is the next town board meeting. April 18th at 6:30 is the annual meeting at the fire department. April 19th is the Blue Lake Memorial Park Board, and then April 24th is the next communication committee meeting.
Question for the annual meeting, will that be live stream?
There's no way to do
Do we
it.
have-
No way to do it,
Firehouse.
it's held at the firehouse.
That's why I was trying to get back to you.
I'll be there,
That's
Bill.
why, as last year, I suggested we do it back here, so we could stream it and we don't have to rent an audio, but we have to rent, or to have it at the firehouse, we inconvenience the fire department because they have to move everything out. Then we have to rent and pay for chairs, then we have to rent and pay for a sound system, which they don't always pick up the best, but I would like to get it back here.
You want it here?
That would be the
Is
goal.
there any reason- is there any
And
reason-
then we'll have
The electric.
No, we voted on it.
Police garage area.
Well, maybe police, I don't think, because that's not for the public.
No, And then
What the DPW.
Chief DeGaro told me he'd only charge us $1 million rent for this year to use the building.
Million?
So, only $1 million, yep.
So it's gonna be at the fire station with the inconveniences and the
Yes.
lives.
Well, it has to be, right?
That's-
Unless-
that's the department.
Unless we change it.
Yeah, the election.
The ordinance changes this year, for next year.
All right, March 28th, you do put you on 6 P.M.
March
Yeah.
28th.
I'll record it.
Yep, that's what Danny said.
Gotcha.
And she said she was gonna get me some kind of flyer form that we can put on the website and post.
Okay, that's it. We're gonna review bills for payment. You're welcome to sit here and watch us sign some checks and invoices.
Second.
Yeah, second, all in favor, say aye.
I,
Okay.
For the second.
Almost 3 hours. 4 hours, that's cool.
Next one.
4 hours is terrible.
Motion to adjourn, it's hot to be.
And don't forget that, obviously, those pens, we have a meeting.
Oh, yes.
Well, and you said you had.
I have that, I do, I have a whole bunch. Yeah. I said, I was